Sometime last month, I got a Roland Sound Canvas 88 Pro, which is a Rompler that was manufactured in 1996 and has a bunch of cool sounds on it. I got it to help score a video game, the first part of which is available on itch.io and will be in about a week on Steam. So, very cool. Go buy it. One of my good friends and I have been working on it for a long time. And the first part's done, second part is coming out soon. Anyways, I've started hooking it up to the tracker and the results are pretty cool. Beyond being a sampler, at its core, the tracker is a sequencer. It can sequence up to 16 different MIDI channels in its 8 lanes. Each of those lanes can have up to 128 steps per pattern. You can have a bunch of patterns, I think like 64 per song. So a ton of stuff. You can do a ton of stuff with it. You can also generate MIDI information like notes limited to, certain rhythms or certain scales or certain, octaves. And so using that functionality in the tracker, I generated some kind of fun, just like some little phrases and patterns using the harpsichord and nylon guitar sounds in the SC88 Pro. However, using the MIDI out from the tracker into the SC88 Pro kind of leaves out some of the best parts of the tracker, which are, the perform mode and a majority of the FX sends in the step sequencer in the tracker. Because there's no audio coming from the SC88 back into the tracker, it's just sending MIDI information out, and then the audio is being generated in the SC88 and then going to my mixer, going to my computer, etc. So in order to get around that, what I did was I played some of those sounds straight from the SC88 into my computer and then exported them as samples and put them back into the tracker. In this case, I used some of the bell sounds, which are I think so far my favorite sound from the SC88 Pro. The bells just sound really good. I also added in some textural sounds and some field recordings that I found on my computer, just to sort of add, a little more flavor to it. This pairing is a lot of fun, but it is a little bit limited. The major bottleneck that I've run into is that the tracker, as of its current firmware, only has one MIDI CC return, which means that I can only have CC info going to one instrument at a time, meaning that I can only change the parameters on effects or on internal reverb sends to one of the possible 16 MIDI instruments that I'm using. And when I want to switch it, I have to go into the configuration and switch the channel. And wonky stuff kind of happens when you switch the MIDI return. Sometimes the MIDI sticks, sometimes it doesn't. I'm not sure if this is something that's going on with the tracker or something that's going on with trying to hook a modern instrument up to something that is, at this point almost 20 years old through MIDI. So it's a little bit limited. It would be nicer if you could have program changes or parameter changes over more than one channel. Maybe that'll get added in the future. I don't know. But in spite of that, it's a very fun combination that does, I think, highlight some of the best parts of both devices. There you go. All right. Thank you for watching. I know it was a little while since I uploaded anything, but I'm going to try to get back to my normal schedule. And yeah, see you next time.